But the bottom line is, these three Democrats, they folded, they caved, they sold out faster than Jordans on Christmas Day. They have completely betrayed their caucus and their colleagues by at least not giving them the heads up that they planned on going back. And they did, Malik, did plan to be there indefinitely. In fact, that was one of the quotes. We plan to stay indefinitely until this session is over, until we get voting rights passed.
You know, the 24-hour voting, that 24-hour voting, that was only in Harris County, and it was only at certain precincts. That isn't something that was statewide. Even the drive-through voting, I think that was actually on one day. It wasn't something that was just a part of the entire early voting system. It literally was on one day, and again, in Harris County, not the entire state. So I think we need to actually add that context to the discussion.
Jump in there.
Yeah, well, Harris County.
Okay, context fair. Tezlyn, jump in.
Yeah, Harris County, just in case you're not familiar, Houston is Harris County. That's the fourth largest city in the country, one of the largest cities that have voters of color. And if it is just one day and just one drive-through, then why not leave it? Why take the time to craft legislation to carve out, let's just be clear, black folks in just that one county? So it's certainly not just one county. And let's also talk about the fact that they are including surveillance cameras, the fact that they are including restriction from those that need assistance. Oh, there's quite a bit of voter suppression, and I noticed you didn't respond to all the other things that I gave you on your talking points as well. So there's plenty of voter suppression. There's also voter depression. I'm an independent, so I can be fair. Voter depression comes from Democrats and particularly President Biden, who is not stepping in, and Congress stepping in by passing on the federal level, the John Lewis Voting Act. So there's a couple of things. Republicans and Democrats are working hand in hand with voter suppression and voter depression. But let's be clear about the facts when we talk about this bill. We can pick and choose the things that you want to pick out that says that they did right, but let's talk about the things that they did wrong. And just saying Harris County being the fourth largest city in the country, certainly just no small, just a couple of voters or so.
They're just refusing to show up for their own job. So I won't say that Democrats are actually winning, but just to clarify, I actually have family members who are watching in Harris County right now. Why? Because I'm from Mississippi and I vacation in summers in Houston, so I know Houston very well, just if there's any confusion about my knowledge of Harris County.
Well, just to help make sure you're not confused, I actually have a house in Harris County. I was just there in Houston on yesterday. I work for the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, so I too am familiar with Harris County and voted in Harris County through the drive-through voting, just in case there's any confusion about that. And let me go ahead and answer Mark's question. No, it was not a win. This is where we can agree, Malik. It was not a win because nothing was actually accomplished, meaning the Voting Rights Act was not passed. We don't need attention, Mark. We need actual results. And so there's a march that will be happening again on next weekend in Washington, not Harris County, fighting for the voting rights for all of us, and so that we can all win. And let's be clear, their job, Malik, is to represent their constituents, and their constituents want access to the polls.
Well, I got 3 houses in Harris County and a Scarface album. So can't none of y'all tell me about Texas. Thank you so much for joining me.